Shalom, shalom. Calculation one. I'm gonna start before by giving all praise to
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakakodosh.
Right, double honors to the apostles of GMS, right, and honors to you brothers of the work of the Most High, truth and in sincerity. Let's go brothers from the London camp. Just go and get right into it. And grab me wickedness of exceedingly polluted the whole earth, right? Because a brother just sent through a image, man. It was from one of them online dating things, man. And basically, it was from the States, and you saw a Brazilian, what you thought was a Brazilian woman, right? Come to find out, on the profile it says trans, man. Right? The thing is, you look at that, you be just thinking, you come across it on road, and then you just be thinking, oh, that's an attractive looking woman. Come to find out, that's a straight up dude, and you'd be none the wiser. You'll be absolutely none the wiser. And this is what is going on in this world, right? So you got that, bro?
Yeah. This is Second Ezra 15 and verse 5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth,
So
and their hurtful works are fulfilled."
go into that real quick.
Yeah, man. So and we see that, we just look outside, man. Look on the news. Look on, all around you. You can see wickedness, right? You can see, like as the brother was mentioning, all these types of deceptions that you have. These, what we'll call alphabet people, walking around, and they're just deceiving people, man. And that's the type of things that are being exalted. You have people in the earth that's actually saying that is actually good. Let people do what they want to do, but that goes against the righteousness of the scriptures. But what you'll see happening is that you have the wicked, right?
To dude, blood.
The so-called white man, the Edomites.
To dude.
They'll exalt this. They'll give rights to people to go ahead and do these things. All right. Now, what is that going to bring about? Confusion. What's that going to bring about? Just more problems, issues, all right? Families, just being, having problems and broken up. It really goes against life.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. And that's what this whole world is like moving towards, man. Just going in the ways that is against life, man.
Precepts Isaiah 10:1, it says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed." Okay. Now, given these particular individuals, alphabet people, rights and protections, that is unrighteous decree, man. But that is an unrighteous decree. Why? Because when you look at the scriptures speak about. In fact, let's get some of these thoughts, man. Right. If you can get me what was it? Deuteronomy 22:5.
Yeah. Okay, then. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, and verse 5. It says, "The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, and neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God."
Right, so when you read the scriptures, that is an abominable thing to do it. Well, a woman shall not wear that which pertaineth to a man. So you get and vice versa. Right, so you get these particular comedians, right? They'll do it as a joke, right? They'll be wearing a dress or whatever, or wear a wig and a dress and a wig just for the loves. Little do they know they've just contravened the law of the Most High, right? Now, back in the day, someone would think twice about making such a joke, right? But that's one of the things that have been normalized in this world. Okay. Well, you load your precept. I'm gonna grab this. It's Deuteronomy 23:1. It says, "He that is wounded in the stones will have his privy member cut off, shall not enter into the congregation of Yahweh." Right. So in the law, it talks about having your privy member cut off. Right. And that what I just saw you once again, you would think that was uh,
Female.
a female, right? You both saw it, and if you haven't seen it, you can rewind. You would think that's a female, man, right? But that this is the world that we're living in. Like we was joking about, you gotta, be like, so when does your period come?
Yeah.
That's so asking all of those different questions. Just and you have to hope that when you call it, you get given a truthful answer, or I bet you was I bet you was a cute baby.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She was a baby.
Hey, is that birth certificate there as well? Different gender.
And hey, if you was a tomboy, man, then you be like, oh, nah, you getting all stressed, and it looked, and his hair was a bit too short there. Especially she's got one of the names that are easily switchable.
Yeah.
You know. But this is the world that we live in, man. Okay, and people have asked us why we want this place to be destroyed for reasons like that, man. Where you're gonna be thinking twice, thrice. The very fact you're even gonna that has to be a thought in a man's head. Oh, whatever have very fact that that is a question that comes up shows you just how wicked this place is. Okay.
Precept. All right, real quick. Yeah, this is I want to get a precept in Genesis, to the point, right? This is Genesis chapter 1 and 27. It says, so the Most High, the powers, created man in his own image. In the image of the Most High created he them, male and female created he them. Right? So, like, where's the third and fourth, all these several types of genders? That's confusion, man. The Lord didn't create all of that. There's only male, female. But you can't tell people in the world that. No, that.
No.
They're looking at you like you're evil.
Yeah, and I saw that was one of the precepts that you had when I was there.
Okay. Go on.
Yeah.
Make a point.
Yeah, I was going, but it's better.
I'll bring it out.
Scriptures say it better.
This is Isaiah 5 and 20. It says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil.
And that's what basically people do. They hear us speaking and they say there's a problem with what we're saying, right? But the problem is not them, because what we're doing is we're just speaking the truth of the Most High. But someone like that, when you really get down to, when you really get the understanding, it is for demons. Okay, for you to want to do that to yourself, you just got demons on you. Okay, being like, I identify as this. No, that's why a lot of them will commit suicide, because they got demons on. Right, and for us, we just see that we already know what time it is. We understand what is going on in that particular individual's mind. But Esau, on the other hand, Esau comes around and he starts, speaking all kind of manners, says, "Oh no, it's this, no, it's that," right? Why? Because Esau is as death, and he's going to promote ideologies that are all about death. Okay,
exactly. It says, and light, it says that put darkness for light and light for darkness.
Oh man, so they what you saw there, that was darkness, man. When that's being pushed out into this world as if it's something of light, as if it's an enlightenment. Right. When they hear us speak, and they'll say, oh, what's their what is it? They'll describe, oh, they'll say you're backwards. Right, you're backwards. Oh, you've got an ancient mentality. Right, then we might bring up the scripts. Oh, but the Bible. Oh, the Bible. That's a book of old, or whatever madness they're gonna try and push right against the scriptures, right? And this understanding, they try and make it seem like it's something just old crazy people say, right? But these times, they're the ones that are in the darkness. In fact, I'm gonna grab that as well.
Can I finish this? Yes. Last bit. It says, and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet, and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Right. So, and that's what will happen, because they end up, like you say, regretting it, but they don't speak about that side. They only just push, what they want you to know, because why? There's an agenda for it, and it goes up to the elites. The reason they're trying to get people in this way, man. The confusion. And it's funny because even like it's a bitter thing, man. You know, but they're trying to make you feel like, oh no, you're wise to do that. Oh wow, you know that. Oh, you were born in the wrong body, or whatever. No, you just confused. You got demons on you
And
from
it's,
young.
and it's one of them ones about these things of philosophies and that Esau has pushed on people. Now, there's a video on the that I've uploaded, just called Right, look at the vids and basically see it. It's like 1 minute or 2 minutes of re-upload of a clip that I saw someone else basically saying, and he was basically breaking down something. But I believe it's that video that I uploaded. Basically, he was breaking down how back in the day, majority of transgender surgery or whatever, what have people seeking gender reassignment, whatever, majority was like 80% men. Okay, but now it's like 80% women, right? Is basically his point was like, so what's changed in that period of time? In a short space of time, people have gone from being majority women, majority men trying to become women, but now it's majority women trying to become men. So what's changed in that time? Social media has come along, and in that, he's been able to push all these agendas. Right now, when you looked at the comment section of that video, they'll basically saying all of those go. Cause bro, I'm sure I'll speak from. I went to school with a chick. She was at the time you had that term tomboy, right? You had the girls that would just like be around, be around the lads or whatever. Have you're a Game of Thrones fan, Arya Stark would be classified as a tomboy or whatever. Now, tomboys of today, they'll just get told, really, you're transgender, you want to be a no. She just likes kicking the ball, you know. She just likes, kicking the ball and just chilling with the lads or whatever. But guess what? After a period of time, they grow out of that, right? Because once again, when I saw this same girl when I was a bit older, right, she was feminine, man. She was feminine. She didn't want to, chop her titties off, man. She just wanted to kick a fucking football. But Esau, once again, will get in with their philosophy, saying, no, you really want to be a thing, whatever, what have you. And what will a child do? A child will listen to whatever you tell them. And in fact, you got that precept loaded up, innit?
I was gonna, yeah, I'll get that.
Oh no, I'll throw it in off the.
No, that's yeah, I'll get that. This is where is it? This is Proverbs 22 and verse 6. It says, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it."
Yep, that's why Esau understands. That's why he gets them young, man. He gets them young because he understands, and that's the other thing. He put these people, these young children, on puberty blockers, right? Because what happens at puberty, certain of those things that show whether like visually, like whether it's the broad shoulders, deep voice, the Adam's apple, all of that starts developing around puberty. Okay, so if he gets you from young, guess what? It's a lot harder later to be able to say, okay, that's a woman, man. Why? Because the broad shoulders that never developed, right? The Adam's apple never developed. All of that sort of stuff. Okay, but that's why Esau knows. You read Psalm 64th chapter, where it says he has performed the diligent search. Right, so he's done the diligent search, he's done his research, had his think tanks, whatever, what have. Right, and the conclusion that he's drawn is that this is the best time to get these people, to get these children, and when they're young, fill their minds with philosophy, right? Because you can make a child agree anything, man. Right. Let's be real out there. We have certain children right here, right now, that want to be dinosaurs.
Exactly. Yeah, but they'll never get to be it.
They'll never get to be a dinosaur.
If you ask them, if they want to do it, then of course they'll say that. They want to be a tennis ball.
Yeah, they'll be a tennis ball.
They'll be bouncing all around, man. And that's the thing. That's how you know Esau's wicked agenda, because even in society legally, a child doesn't have the right to say whether you can buy alcohol if you're underage. You don't have the right to say if you can buy cigarettes, which is wicked and stuff. But even driving,
they have exactly.
You ask him if he wants to change gender. Oh, he's allowed to do that.
Compost mental to be able to do that, right? Sound mind to be able to do that. But even on the topic of sex, they physically can't have sex because it's going to put with their blood. But chopping your rod off isn't going to burn their blood. No, but that's how they feel. They really feel and identify. Yeah, but they also feel and identify that they want to have sex. So why can't you have sex, which is something that you feel, but you can chop your rod off? Madness, man. Absolute madness, right? So Isaiah 60 and 2 says, for behold, darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness. Right. So anyone who's down and in agreement of this, they're in gross darkness. Okay. It says, but Yahweh shall rise upon, and his glory shall be seen upon. Right. So then people can see, that this truth that gives you shine, right? Because we have a certain understanding that the majority of the people in this world do not have, right? But as for these other people, man, they're just darkness, right? And the thing is, there's so many different philosophies of darkness in this world, right? Because you have someone that's, not, uh, they're not pro LGBT, whatever, but they're pro abortion. Or you have certain people that aren't pro any of that, but they're so-called white supremacists or whatever I have. Or you get them people that are just, let everyone do what they, I ain't down with any of that, but let everyone do what they wanted. That's off as well. Okay.
Recent. This is Isaiah 19 and 14. The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof.
Right, perverse, man. That is exact. I mean, what you have in this kingdom, man. It's full of perversion, right? Things that ain't right, things that aren't normal, right? You got like we're speaking of that the camp yesterday, man. You got men that are into cucking and cuck CK, where are you basically watching whilst their woman gets fucked by another dude who's been there in the room, right? And then like hella gay shit goes on in some of them sessions because it might be a thing of like the geezer will come and then they'll call the cuck to lick the cum off of the woman's like
Or he's just touching himself in the corner. Like,
yeah, in the corner,
right on the roof.
and it's just like they're watching as the next man is pounding his wife. Like
That's perverse.
that's perverse.
That's crooked, man.
That ain't right, man. Or you get ones that they're all up there, what's orgies and all of that sort of stuff. That's perversion, right? A men with men, working that which is unseen.
See, exactly. Don't even look right. It just looks off.
Yeah.
But they got the demons on them that they are just in that way.
That's it.
But that's their delusion, man. And yes, so there's gonna be, like scripture does say, the recompense that was meet.
Well, we can grab us. I'll be run. I'll get another.
There's a bit more. It says, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. So, and Egypt, we're in that spiritual Egypt, man, which is bondage, right? But that starts mainly in America, where a lot of this is promoted, and as exalted.
Yep.
All of that alphabet, all of that stuff, man. The confusion. So, but all of that is really, they're like staggering, man. They're like drunken in that philosophy, the wine of philosophy, man, the wine of Babylon, which that's going to lead them to their downfall. And we have examples of that, ancient kingdoms, Sodom and Gomorrah, even with the angels in Lot's time, the angels, they tried to force themselves sexually on angels, man.
That's how burned in their lusty where they tried to have sex with the angels, man. Because you said their drunkenness, Isaiah 29, stay yourselves a wonder, cry out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. For the Lord Yahweh poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep. Now close your eyes, the prophets and your to see if that covered. Okay. So for you not to be able to see that what happens in this world is gross wickedness, so Lord, just close your eyes, man. Right? Because anyone in their right man can see what's going on and should be disgusted, right, at this state of affairs in this particular world. Because when you hear these people talk, their reasons don't add up. Why don't they add up? Because it's just wickedness. That's why. Okay. So it's Romans 1, start on 26. This cause of most I gave them up unto vile affection, and for even their women to change natural use into that which is its nature. Okay. So what's the natural use of a woman? To pop up and for her to get pregnant, to raise the children, right? Was the natural use of a man, you know. So even if you get certain women that don't want to have that aren't lesbians, they don't even want to have children. You get a lot of women nowadays that say, I don't want to have children. Now I'm happy, I'm still selfish, I don't want to have children. Or I'm gonna fruit my eggs and I have children when I'm at 40. That's disgusting.
If I could mention this point as well, and I show you they're not in their right mind state, they're bogged down. Because in the ancient world, just as an example, you had Rachel and Leah, that was married onto Jacob, and Rachel, her womb was barren. And what was her mindset? She wanted to give sons. Yeah, she wanted to, and she actually, that was something she desired to have. She wanted to give children unto Jacob, as well as Leah, and what she was even saying then, now will my husband love me? Because that's what a woman, when you get with her, she's supposed to bring forth sons and children,
I remember, I believe it was Apostle Kabar, he was doing a video, maybe it was Apostle Kabar with Apostle Ryan, but I forget. But I remember Apostle Kabar was there, and he was basically making a statement about how, if women from the ancient world came here, right, and they saw just like how these women deal with children, man, whether it's aborting their children, they'd get pissed, they'd be annoyed. Probably paraphrase what you said, but you understand the sentiment because once again, you had the women in ancient who were lusting for children, like, oh, I'm gonna give my husband's children, this, that, and the other. And you get women here that just will casually just kill their children like it's no one's business. But that's the world we live in. We carry on, it says that like Romans 1:27, then likewise also the men, naturally, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseen and receiving in themselves recompense of their error, which was okay. So basically, when these the G's of the alphabet people, right, when they are doing their thing, guess what? The Lord ain't looking at that, and just be like, right? Neither for the women as well. Because I remember, what you call it, a long time ago, someone asking my thoughts of, right, and I said, I ain't down with no G's. And then guess what? They thought they had me tricked that. Right? Oh, well, what about the L's then? And I was like, I ain't down with them either. But why is that? Because that's what Hollywood did. Hollywood basically made L's seem like something that was sexy and attractive and this, that, and the other. But both are wicked, man. Right? Both are wicked.
It's like coming in the spirit of rebellion towards to the word of the Lord, because the Lord, his commandment was be fruitful and multiply. So how can you do that with two women being together, or the two same genders, man?
Now, why the scriptures sort of that talking about basically when Esau sets himself up to be a god in Thessalonians, because that's why Esau has that belief, because he's actually been able to say, actually, you know what, I'm going to take sperm from like another man, whatever, and then I'm going to do something where basically you can make lesbians have children. That's the point. And it's going to have the DNA from both, or rather, you can make two men have children, and then they'll have DNA from both of the men, something, one of them, right? So the ability to be able to do that is, you be able to do something like that, to rearrange what the Mosai had set in stone as true. You're going to think yourself to be God, right? But guess what? You can only do as much as the Mosai allows you to do.
This 2 Thessalonians 2, start from 3, says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And on that point, that's talking about Esau, right? And he's being revealed, man, as that wicked. When you go through the prophecies of scriptures and see who it fits, it's talking about so-called pale-faced white man, right, whose father's lineage go back to Esau, right? They're the wicked, right? The man of sin, the son of destruction. Okay, and it says, who who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped. So,
and that's what he does, right? He basically sets himself up above the Most High. You can't say anyone else is done. Right? You can't say anyone else. You can't say anyone else has literally rearranged the fabric of life, right? To fit his agenda, and that's one of the reasons why in this world people don't believe in the Most High, right? Because he's made everyone believe in the quote miracle of science, right? You talk about these current what do you call it, jabs before the uppercut, right? You think about them. What did they say? What have several politicians said about the miracle of the thing, right? We're gonna have this thing ended. Why? Because to them, the science is their what do you call it? Is their religion, okay? And that's basically trying to make it seem like they're the ones in power and control of all of these things, right? But if you're so in charge, why are you gonna push the chip? And why do I make that statement? Because you want to rule forever, right? But the scriptures say as soon as you push that chip, which is the mark of the beast, right? That the Lord is going to basically come and put an end to your kingdom. So if you really wanted to live forever, you wouldn't push the chip. To rule forever, I mean, you wouldn't push the chip. But guess what? It ain't in your control.
that's right.
Right? You're going to push that chip, which is the mark of the beast, and the Lord is going to take you down, man.
Where's the free will in that?
Where's the free will in that? It sounds like Romans 9 all over again.
Exactly. See, because he's going to be made the example.
That's it.
Esau is going to be punished in the sight of all the nations. He's going to be an example. How when you rule the world in wickedness, right? And what happens to you, the great fall that is coming. Because look at all the wickedness Esau's doing, man. And it's all like how we're saying he can't help it. Just like how he was made to be wicked, he can't help but do wicked. That's he was fitted, was it created for the day of evil? So it's in his nature to go against the righteousness of the words of the Lord.
So the Lord said, "Make no incisions in the flesh." What does he want to do? If you want to maneuver in this society, you're gonna make incisions in the flesh. Right? You going off, man. Well, I was really just thinking about, because we're speaking about lineups and all of that. Get certain things which in this world people think about, well, why you got to follow that? People are, oh, it's just an decision. Yeah, but it's just the lineup. I ain't got a lineup either. Not even putting anything in my flesh. You see what I'm saying? This is, pork. We don't really, it's just a bit bacon. Them ones, and someone might not know pork or whatever. They might make you a pizza. Actually, someone made me a pizza when they put pork in it. And then it was like, oh, well, can't you just take the pork off? It's like, yeah, exactly. I can't just take the pork off. It's like that thing is now defiled. Now, and that's why one of the things is not to spend too much time looking into your food, because actually when you really deep it, everything in one way, shape, or form has something off in it. Right? You might go vegetarian, but you sort of spliced eel genes in certain of, as an example, you put like eel genes in tomatoes and stuff like that to make them something or other. Right? So all the food is off. So the standard is check the ingredients. If it says pork, don't eat it. If it says gelatin, don't eat it. Right, but as soon as you start getting too far into it, man, you just go and find there's nothing. That's pursuant to the prophecy. Yeah, in Ezekiel, right? It shall eat the foul bread amongst the Gentiles, man.
But if I can say, that's why, man, the best practice is to keep things simple. When you're doing, when you're keeping it simple, and like even our elder Bakar, he always talks about how there's so much choice, man. You don't want chicken and you can have fish. You don't want fish, you have beef. It's like there's choice. So we just keep it simple until the Lord he resets this whole setup, right? Yeah. Because what the whole work is exceedingly polluted, man.
That's it.
Continue.
Yeah.
It says, all that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High.
Sure. So,
And that's all me like Esau all being up in your business, trying to chip people, trying to turn people into AI robots and merge them, and, changing the genders and doing all of this manipulation against creation, right? Because he's trying to be a creator himself, but really he's gonna be put down.
yeah. But he's trying to keep tabs of that's something that's against the law once again, because we ain't supposed to be numbering the children of Israel. So now you got a chip in everyone, then you know exactly how many Israelites are living at any one moment, right? I'm going to just finish this off in Romans 1, this is verse 29. It says, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whispers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of wickedness, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breaking, without natural affection, implacable, merciful, who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. Right? So you have certain people that may be like, oh, no, I don't get down like that, but everyone should be able to do what they want, and they'll, very openly, fight you if you disagree with that thing. So they may as well be doing it because why they are what do you call it? They have pleasure in them that we do it all this dodgy deeds, right? These unseemly works, right? If you haven't got a problem with it and you promote it, you might as well do it. Just a girl,
In a sense, yeah, almost like
Yeah,
might as well. You're encouraging us.
So what stops you? What legit stops you from having a little dabble there?
Right.
If you don't think it's wrong, what will start? For instance, you might have like you was talking about, meats, right? You might have a brother that doesn't particularly like chicken, right? But in his mind, it's not off. So if someone offers him like a nice chicken wing, he'll eat it. But he doesn't necessarily like chicken, but he'll eat it, right? But that's lawful.
Right.
But when you think about these people that will look at what you call it, these alphabet people, and in their mind don't have a problem with it. They think that it's lawful. But guess what? When the opportunity comes, they'll just dabble. Why? Because they don't. Nothing else is going to stop them from dabbling.
But before it's like they don't have the fear of the Lord,
And that's it.
Because for Israel, right, the 12 tribes, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, right, who are the chosen of the Lord, right, these laws are heavily upon, right, that we're to keep. If you don't have a fear of the Lord, like, for an example, the Dwayne Wade, and his son and what that whole mess that's going on,
And the Lord's going to destroy you.
They're gonna get fired.
Lord,
Judge.
do you know why? Especially though, because and sorry to cut you, let you make the points like it, bro. The reason why the Lord's gonna give you a double instruction for that is because not only did you let your son do that, you now then allowed your son to become a beacon to poison the minds of other Jake children. Man. Right, so the Lord not just gonna let you get away with it. Right, there is a judgment coming. That wicked act that you've done.
And they're gonna know it. They're gonna know. Because like you're saying, what their son Zion or Zion now or whatever it is like the poster child, like the face of it. That's like spearheading it.
Yeah. And Michelle Obama, because you're gonna get it too.
Yeah,
you have my love.
Yeah. That's the Hamites, man. And even Will Smith and how he's confused up his children. A lot of these celebrities, man, a lot of these Israelites, man. You don't fear the Lord, which is the main point, man. I was driving at, because even people in the world, right, the other nations, they don't have a fear of the Lord, whereas before they once did, because what exit sentence against the evil work is not executed speedily. The hearts of men are fully set to wickedness. So, like, that's why the fear is important, because if you don't fear the Lord, and what's going to happen, because His word is wisdom, and like even when we're mentioning about eating unlawful foods, right? You might like say that, well, just take it off or whatever. But no, if you're eating it, all right, then what's going to happen? Death.
Yeah,
anything, anything you do outside of the word of the Lord is going to lead to death.
Well, scriptures say you break one law, you break them all. And what is it always? It speaks about wages of sin is death, right? So if you sin, then guess what? The punishment that's death. Because you break one when you broke it, which is why we're going to change, such that we never ever sin. Okay, so we never ever sin, and from the point that we stop sinning, we're going to live forever. Okay.
Appreciate it. Just because like also thinking about how also because we're in captivity, we're not able to keep fully the laws, man. We're in the nations, that oppress us. Like we're in their countries, where they have these laws, these unrighteous decrees, where it's so easy to go off that they make it, they encourage you to go off and sin, right? So this is Proverbs 29:16. It says, when the wicked are multiplied, transgression increases, but the righteous shall see their fall. And that's why we're seeing, more trends and different, abominations walking this earth, right? That's because the wicked is ruling. He has the authority and power in the earth that he's been given for a short time. So, and what is this? It says that the righteous are going to see their fall.
Yeah.
Lord willing, we be, of the elect, we're going to be there to see the end of this place. The result of when you have these same genders and all of that and all this confusion, we're going to see the result very soon.
Yeah, because this is the thing. People once again think that we're just going to talk forever.
Right.
There's just going to be a debate forever. Right? Little do they understand. Oh, they may hear us, but they might not believe. But the scripture says, Romans 3:3, for what if something I shall not make the faith the Most High without effect? God forbid. Okay? So what the Most High said is going to happen will happen. Right now, these people want to carry on and just think we're always going to be constantly arguing about these points. But no, the Lord is coming back, right? And the Lord is going to destroy this world for all of the wickedness that happens in this world. Okay? Whether it's the alphabet, the abortion, the food laws, right? All of these different things, although they may seem violent, the Lord said, don't do them. So as soon as you start doing them, guess what? The Lord now has a vendetta against you. But the Lord has a bone to pick with to destroy you.
It's like I got a precept for you as well, but it's like you're challenging the Lord.
Yeah.
Well, you don't think I'm gonna, do something about this? It's like you provoke him.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I dare you.
Yeah.
That's the spirit of this world. You daring the Most High to judge you. Well, that's what's gonna happen.
Lord is coming back, right? Because the point I was trying to hold, man, you might think that, oh, we're just speaking, oh, we're reading a book that's antiquated, whatever, what have you. Cool. You believe that. When the Lord comes back, you have that conversation with him. When it's like, okay, why didn't you get it right? You have that conversation with the missile, right? With the martial law troops as they kill every single member of the family. Right, with the plagues and the pestilences of the Lord saying, you have an argument when you're rotting flesh outside of the streets. You have an argument with the Most High then.
This is 2 Peter 2 and verse 5. It says, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. And that's what we're in, like that position as well. We're, preaching righteousness. All right. And that's that the first, what was it, the first death with water, and only 8 people were saved, man. So there's a remnant, that the Lord has that he's going to save in these last days as well, man. Because we're speaking about the judgments, the plagues. We read in the beginning, man, the sword, death, famine, all of this destruction that the Lord is going to bring is for punishment, right, upon the world, man. Right? On the world of the ungodly. It says, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that after should live ungodly.
If I could say this proves once again that he has a God complex. Like he was talking about, which made that statement about trying to provoke the Most High, right? Because Esau's you've got the resources to go and see what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. He has confirmed that has happened, right? But guess what he did? Did the same thing. As if to say to the most, are we going to do what?
Exactly.
What you going to do? Yeah, oh yeah, I'll push on most sure. Yes, what's in Sodom and Gomorrah? What you going to do about it? And you know what the Lord's going to do about it? Let's get that in Revelation, the 18th chapter. Go and show you what the Most High got.
Or from the top or
From the point.
for 1 hour.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is Revelations chapter 18 and verse 9 or verse 8. It says, "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her."
So America's going to bust the fire, because that is Babylon, the great ruler of Babylon. That is that mighty city that is going to be cast down. Okay.
Yep. It says, "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning."
Yeah, because they've made money from America. They've lived good from America. So guess what? The Lord is going to judge America for all of the wickedness that has happened in that land, right? But all of these heathen nations, they look good, man. They live good from this hope. When they're selling their wares, who they selling it to America, man.
So what America imports more than it exports. You know, you got it's a consumer nation with lots of luxury, you know, and riches. You have China that's looked at as like the sweatshop of the world, and who do they do big business with? America. So, and what we read, it shows you that America's destruction, you know, America being Babylon, that land of confusion, it shows you that the nations, the whole world, are going to see it. You know, all the eyes are going to see the reward, you know, the recompense of America's wickedness, man, because all the wickedness, the history of the slavery of the Israelites, transatlantic slave trade, and all the transgressions of the word, man, is mounted up to heaven.
All the blood that is in that land. You know, scripture spoke about was Exodus. This is blood, the land come up claims for the blood shed therein. But basically by the blood of him that shed it. So basically those that have, you know, committed all that mass death in that land, they would have done.
It's gonna be cleansed with fire.
Cleansed with fire, that's it, yeah.
And it says, when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, "Alas, alas, that great city, Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come."
So in 1 hour that judgment will come. But in 1 hour, America don't. And that's going to be the answer to you. Why you taunting the Lord? Why you know this is the thing. Scripture says in Psalm 64 once again that this man has performed a diligent search, so he knows what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah, but he just doesn't care. Right? He's not only looked and confirmed, he's just gone and done the same, and then gone worse. But so you've taunted the Lord, so the Lord won't answer your taunt and go and destroy your kingdom that you spent hundreds of years building. To destroy it in 1 hour.
I'll jump to verse 16. It says, "And saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls," right? Because America was looked at as the place to be at one point. You know, the American dream. Everybody go there and make something of yourself. The land of the free and home of the brave, man. You know, do whatever you want. Live your heart's desire there, right? Well, now it's going down the drain, man. You know, it's being brought down low, you know, and the Lord is bringing plagues upon this world, as we can see. So, you know, the America's end, you know, is near, right? And it says, "For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught." Man, if I can say on that as well, is like, because look how long it took to build America up. You know, how much blood, sweat, and tears, you know, and oppression and suffering of our people it took, you know, all those hundreds of years, man. You know, those centuries of oppression, and now look, the judgment is going to be 60 minutes. You know, that's all it's going to take.
That's fine because for that program, 60
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah. Exactly. I mean, think of all the things you can do in 60 minutes. Well, I can't even watch a movie in that time.
So
Maybe what, 2 hours or something.
So, well, you can't even like get from one part line to another part line to 60. So now imagine everyone trying to beat at the same time.
Where you gonna go, man?
Where you gonna go?
How you gonna get there?
And you can't even go see a golf course. So, because what they say, what they need, bro, them nukes, that nuclear technology, man. Because that there is going to be a third world war. America's allies even are going to shoot missiles out. Well, we don't know exactly what's going to trigger America's own allies to shoot missiles at America, but we know it's going to happen. Okay, we know in the process that it is going to happen, and it's going to be beautiful. Right? But we hope to be on the right side of the Al-Bashar chariots, right, watching and observing as as America destroys. Look at Revelation 15 speaks about on the sea of glass and then the fire talking about the firmament, right, just watching as this place gets destroyed. You can't talk, read up to 19.
And it says, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing. Right, if I can say on that as well, because they're going to be in confusion. How is America, the best military in the world, the greatest nation, God bless America. Well, America's not blessed, all right? America's
blessed. Blessed
with fire, man. Destruction. We hope for this, man. We can't wait for that day because the end of this wicked kingdom means the start of a righteous kingdom, the kingdom of heaven on the earth for the Lord's people. Right?
So it's going to be a good time when the Lord comes back. Right? Because this is the thing for us, where we're in that. We understand that it's going to be the transition period is going to be a bit, the transition period is going to be a bit of something. We know that. Yeah, it's going to be rough. Ain't going to be plain sailing per se, but we know what comes at the end of that. Right? And that's why, for instance, the scriptures will liken it unto birth pangs. Right? Because let's be real, a woman knows for that 9 months that there's going to be one day when this is going to be for a couple of hours, for a period of time. But guess what? Afterwards, what does it say? A son is born.
Yeah. And she have joy.
And she have joy. Okay. Did you call them, before, in the last days of the pregnancy, you get the birth pain, right? And you start getting, and that's what we're going through at the moment. We're going through the womb, but then the contractions are going to start coming quicker, more regular, right? To the point where that birth has to come out. That's, full on Jacob's trouble. But at the end of it, guess what? You go and say, look, man, good now. It is now the time of joy. Okay? Because this is the last one. This is the last time. This is our last captivity. These are the last days of our captivity ever for the rest of eternity. Right? Which is what the scripture says in Corinthians, that they will adjust up. Let me read it. This is 1 Corinthians 4:16, right? It says 17. What is it? It's a second. Yes, 2 Corinthians 4:17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal way of glory. Right? So all of these things is a lot of affliction, right? Because at the end of it, we've got the kingdom. Right? So yeah, of course, we hope this to be done soon, right? But however long would we have to suffer this for? When you contrast that to eternity, really not.
That was it on that. Right, back in Revelations 18:19, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate.
Right. So America's going to be made desolate in 1 hour. Okay.
Can I read verse 20?
Oh, yeah, read to 20.
It's got a good point. Yeah. And verse 20, it says, "Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High have avenged you on her." Showing you that the prophets, that they'll be back in the last days. You know, we be sighing and crying, man. You know, because all the abominations or everything that's so wrong with this world. You know, but the Lord said that we're gonna rejoice, all right? Because the Lord is gonna bring vengeance, all right? He's gonna correct everything that's wrong in the earth, man. When America is laid down, man, and it's desolate. You know?
That's it. So that was it. You know, just a quick one. And you know, as always, those that was edifying. We go and close by giving no praise to Yahweh,
Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Kakadash.
by double honest the apostle for great most time, and honestly brothers in the work of the most on truth and its sincerity.
Shalom. Shalom.